Bola Shagaya, from audit trainee to business matriarch, an entrepreneurial portrait. Early frames, big ambition. Bola Muinat Shagaya began her career in the audit department of the Central Bank of Nigeria, a foundation that taught her financial discipline and controls. From that platform she moved into private enterprise in the early 1980s, importing photographic equipment and building a trading business that would become the launch pad for a diversified conglomerate. Series Introduction. It's Monday, the 1st of December, 2025. Welcome to the 107th edition of The Entrepreneur. In today's series we take a look at the life and entrepreneurial journey of Hajiya Bola Muinat Shagaya, one Nigeria's most iconic businesswoman and fashionista. If you are visiting us for the first time, please subscribe, smash the like button, share this video and help us grow our family. If you have already subscribed, then show your support by liking the video and making a comment. Now let's jump right back in. Building an empire, sector by sector. Shagaya is the founder and chief executive officer of Balmas Group International, a holding structure with visible interests in oil and gas, real estate, banking, retail and photography. Her firm Practoil Limited became a major importer and distributor of base oil, supplying local lubricant blenders and manufacturers, while her real estate and property investments span several Nigerian cities. That combination of trading, industrial supply and asset ownership is the practical architecture behind her wealth accumulation. Style, reputation and strategic network. Alongside commerce, Shagaya has cultivated an unmistakable public persona, known for fashion, social capital and carefully managed relationships. That personal brand, allied to consistent public giving and institutional connections, reinforced access to opportunities, partners, and information flows. Observers frequently point to the blend of professional competence, visible integrity, and long-term relationship building as a competitive edge in Nigeria's business environment. Philanthropy and civic engagement that matter. Shagaya's charitable activity is steady and locally focused, from donations to health and education causes, to support for community initiatives in her home state. Her giving is rarely theatrical, instead favoring pragmatic interventions that relieve immediate needs and build social capital. For many beneficiaries, the impact is direct, in scholarships, grants and support for civil society events.
Recognition and public honors. Her business achievements and civic contributions have won formal recognition, including national honors and traditional titles that cement social legitimacy within Nigeria's elite networks. Such honors do more than decorate a resume. They unlock cultural capital and broaden influence across government and private sectors. The blueprint for success distilled. Start with a financial discipline, then scale through trade. Shagaya's audit background delivered an instinct for controls, margins, and regulatory navigation, which she translated into profitable importation and distribution businesses. Combine trading with asset ownership. Trading earns cash flow, while property and industrial holdings create long-term value and optionality. Choose sectors that anchor each other. Oil and base oil supply feed manufacturing and transport. Real estate supports corporate headquarters and rental income. Banking access facilitates capital flows. Invest in reputation and networks. Visible integrity, philanthropy, and personal brand open doors to partnerships and regulatory tolerance. Be patient and compound. Her expansion was incremental, commonly reinvesting returns into adjacent sectors rather than chasing quick exits. These principles are practical, repeatable, and resilient to short-term market volatility. Leadership traits, practical and replicable. Shagaya's leadership combines three concrete behaviors, each actionable for business leaders today. First, process discipline. Documented controls, financial oversight, and disciplined procurement reduce operational surprise. Second, talent stewardship. Sustaining long relationships with managers and partners preserves institutional memory and reduces churn. Third, strategic diversification. Entering related sectors rather than random segments limits risk while preserving growth optionality. These traits are visible in how her portfolio balances cash-generating activities with longer horizon investments. Lessons for millennials building business in contemporary Nigeria. Learn the language of finance, not only the product you sell, because capital decisions determine survival and scale. Shagaya's audit background mattered more than the industry she ultimately dominated. Aim for cash-generating core activities first, then add scalable assets. Trading provides the working capital that funds property, manufacturing, or vertical integration. Build the right network ethically and intentionally. Relationships with suppliers, regulators, and financiers are competitive assets in Nigeria's market. Avoid transactional networking, cultivate reciprocity. Invest in personal credibility and a modest public footprint. Reputation translates into access to credit and partners in ways that raw performance alone cannot always buy. Prioritize operational discipline, especially procurement and receivables. Margins are won on process as much as on idea. Use philanthropy strategically to reinforce purpose and community ties, not as a public relations cloak. Meaningful giving can stabilize social license and strengthen local markets you depend upon. These lessons are practical for founders who face capital constraints, regulatory complexity, and market fragmentation.
The essence of Bola's entrepreneurial model. Cash flow first. Assets second. Reputation always. Discipline throughout. Impact as legacy. What to question and what to accept. Public profiles often compress complexity. Net worth estimates vary between outlets, and some reports focus more on reputation than audited balance sheets. For a millennial entrepreneur, the takeaways are not the headline wealth numbers, but the combination of disciplined finance, sectoral adjacency, and social capital that produced sustainable success. Treat published valuations as indicative, not definitive. Closing, a practical checklist for the next step. If you are a millennial founder inspired by Shagaya, begin with a simple plan. Obtain basic accounting competence, design one cash-positive product or service, secure a dependable supplier, open a separate business bank account, and map 3 stakeholders whose support you will build over 12 months. Run monthly financial reviews, and reinvest profits into either capacity or an asset that reduces future cost of goods sold. The combination of operational rigor, incremental diversification, and social reciprocity is the repeatable pathway her career illustrates. Bola Shagaya's journey shows that in Nigeria, ambition must be coupled to procedure, social intelligence, and time. The headline is not wealth alone, it is the architecture behind wealth, a pattern that any pragmatic entrepreneur can study and adapt.
Actionable lessons for millennials. Acquire financial literacy. It is your strongest competitive edge. Start with a cash-generating product or service. Build a network intentionally, not transactionally. Maintain operational discipline, especially around cash and procurement. Reinvent steadily. Avoid pressure to scale prematurely. Use philanthropy to add purpose and create community ties. If you would like to know more, or wish to discuss brand sponsorship of any of our videos on entrepreneurship, please get in touch on any of the social media handles below. All our content is developed from real-life experiences in a professional and entrepreneurial journey that spans across 8 countries and 4 decades. Quote of the week: thinking opens the doors to our minds and makes us receptive to the very idea of broadening our horizons and learning new things. Foloruncho Alakija.